What's up, guys and gals, and welcome to Veve Vibes. And today we are actually doing a vibe check on the market. This is something I used to do quite some time ago. I used to do it before most drops, like literally an hour before a drop happens. I wanted to give the most accurate, up-to-date market information as close as possible to when a drop happens, because when the market is closed, sometimes people want to make moves, or when a big drop happens, if they sell this, can I afford that, by looking at my videos and stuff. I just noticed the viewership was kind of low, and I think just there's definitely some video fatigue on my part. I think also my viewers' part, because those videos would typically not get that many views compared to my other stuff. So I think I might do this once, maybe twice a week. But for now, we'll go ahead and take a quick vibe check on the market. So we'll go ahead and open this up. Obviously, we are using ecomi.wiki 2.0. There has been some updates done to the charts. So if it looks like I'm struggling a bit, I'm still trying to understand completely how it works. I did talk to Omi the Clown a little bit as to how it works, so I should be able to navigate it a little bit better than I was able to before in my last stream. So first thing, we'll actually start with comics. And the nice thing is I like some of the updates that he has done, Omi the Clown has done, particularly when it comes to dates as well. So you can organize it from, you know, what is it, top losers and top gainers, but you can also pick like a time frame too. Is it today, the last week, whatever it is. Maybe we'll do like today and the last week as well. So go take a look at the top losers when it comes to comics. Amazing Spider-Man 252 is obviously it's always going to be an outlier because it's so expensive that anytime the price drops, it could be one person significantly undercutting it. So this is just a signifier of the floor, not a confirmed sale or anything like that. But these are just kind of some pretty serious undercuts going on here. And so go take a look at so it's already looking at the last 24 hours. New Captain America, all new Captain America. Number one, this is the first appearance of Sam Wilson, I believe. So this one is actually down 57%. So it looks like the ultra rare was at 120 at one point. Now it's all the way down to 87. Tarzan of the Apes, the very first non-Marvel comic that we've gotten on the app. The uncommon's all the way down to 4 gems. Astonishing X-Men number 1. Which one is this again? First issue of Astonishing X-Men. Okay, so no first appearance. I believe it's just the first edition of the Astonishing X-Men. So it's all the Secret is already down to 112. Common Uncanny X-Men number 117. This is the battle between Storm and Callisto. Not a very big time comic. Marvel Premiere. So it seems like a lot of the non-very big first appearance comics are actually going down in price. First appearance of Misty Knight. So this is actually still below box price at 6.6 gems. Deadpool 1997 number 1. This is not the first appearance of Deadpool, but the first appearance of Blind Owl, which I believe was like his tutor or someone that like that basically taught him how to fight and all that stuff, or maybe took care of him as well. And then Eternals number 1, secret rare. I do like this cover art. I don't know what it is about it, but it definitely seems this old school look of kind of like future tech and all that stuff. I really always like the aesthetic of it. So this is the first appearance of the Eternals. So number 1, the secret rare of this is now just shy of 200 gems on the market. So kind of curious to see how much this changes if I change it to 1 week. How much of the comics change up over the last week. So what's actually dropped most significantly. All new Marvel Now 0.1. Okay, so this is the first appearance of Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel. So I know there was a lot of hype behind this one from a lot of different content creators and people in the community. Honestly, I just didn't really afford it, and honestly, I think it's going to do okay. I'd rather invest in other stuff like Spider-Man and more well-known figures and stuff, but that's just me personally. Keep scrolling down here. So all new Captain America as well. So that one's actually also, again, that 57% undercut is pretty crazy when it comes to the ultra rare. It seems like we're getting a lot of the same stuff. I do think some of the most heavy undercuts that has happened recently has actually happened in the last 24 hours or so. So we'll actually switch things up. We'll look at the biggest gainers on comics in the last day. I think I have to switch it back to a day. Maybe it's already set up that way. Awesome. So Amazing Spider-Man 798. I don't remember. Okay, first appearance of Red Goblin. Norman Osborn is the Exact Revenge. I was kind of reading the description there a little bit. Yeah, massive pump on this. Not exactly sure what happened, but this thing was at 450 at one point. Went all the way up to 20 gems. So I do not know what happened here. I do know there was some CGC sales, or at least tweets that came out like over the last week or so, mostly surrounding like Action Comics number 1, as well as the first appearance of Hawkeye. So I think Strange Tales number 57, like that was a confirmed sale like just recently that more than doubled the price of the last CGC 9.8 rating. So maybe something like that happened with Red Goblin, but I just do not know any rhyme or reason why this just recently pumped over the last 6-7 hours or so. Moving on here, Amazing Spider-Man 798 again. Red Goblin. So I don't know what's up with all these Red Goblin comics pumping a lot, up 64%, 51%. Red Goblin up 35%. I don't know if there's some sort of appearance or maybe a trailer that teased Red Goblin or whatever's going on, but it is pretty ridiculous. So Tales of Suspense, the uncommon, has actually gone up 34%. Like I mentioned before, I actually managed to buy just 2 of the commons at around like $8.50 or so. And so that's because there was most recently a sale from the CGC that I think put it at like around 100 grand or something like that. So obviously there's a lot of hype around the first appearance Hawkeye comic. So I figured that would inadvertently kind of pump the comic on Veve, because physically the value of it has gone up quite significantly. Fallen Sun, The Death of Captain America. This is part of that 5 comic series. Again, this one pumped quite a bit. Actually not that much, from 2 gems to 3 gems, so it's pretty significant, but it didn't really move all that much. I mean, moved up 1 gem. Again, Red Goblin up 30%. So if there's something I'm completely missing, if you guys know, down in the comments below, please let me know. And then after the video, if I do find out, I'll put it down in the comments so you guys can figure out why this comic just seemed to have randomly pumped. Not entirely sure why. Captain America Annual. This is where Wolverine's fighting Captain America, which I do love the cover art for this. So this one has gone from, this is the rare. It has gone from basically 16 gems all the way up to 25 gems. So there are some moves being made in the market, definitely when it comes to comics most recently. So we're seeing some stuff pump 50%, 40%, 30%, now up in the high 25s for the most part. Same thing with the Fallen Sun. I do think these last couple comics, definitely like this one, as well as the Captain America Annual number 8, definitely seems to be more of an aesthetic comic. I know it's not, those comics aren't super prevalent or high priced in real life, but I do think those aesthetically, these are some of the best looking comic covers that we do have on the app. So cool. I think that's it for comics right now. We'll go ahead and switch it over to collectibles. And I've noticed something in the community, that there's been so much attention on comics over the last few months. It seems like the community tends to switch back and forth between collectibles and then comics, and then what's going to pump first, and then MTL's here around the corner. If people get on the app, are people more inclined to buy collectibles because those are IPs and figures and characters they're more familiar with and might want to invest in? It's a little bit more tangible. Technically, you can do AR with the comics, but some of these collectibles do have animations, and some of them actually have some more limited mints than certain comics and stuff. But anyway, we'll go ahead and look into it. So the last 24 hours, let's just look at the top gainers. Alligator Loki common pumped quite a bit. So it was, what, 14 gems for a brief period of time. Now it's all the way up to 25. So we can actually see a significant drop here when we're looking at the total listings. And we've actually, Omi the Clown's actually moved the listings from 65 all the way down to 56. So someone basically bought 10 off the floor, massive swing of about 10 gems or so. So maybe the floors, I mean, that's the thing, like ever since over the last 2-3 months, 4 months, you know, obviously the market's been crashing pretty significantly, but like the floors are looking very, very thin on a lot of these collectibles. So let's see if I can actually pull this up and see if I can kind of fix the graph or make it look, kind of explain my point here. So we'll hopefully zoom out here a little bit. It also just could be my computer acting up pretty slow as well. All right, so let's zoom out. Maybe I got to re-click this. All right, there it goes. It's finally populated. All right, so this is just showing the last 6 months, and I want to mostly show the last 6 months because everything before that, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but this is the, you know, obviously the very peak of common Alligator Loki, which was about 130. And there was a certain point where like the listings were getting super high and listings are pretty low. I mean, the listings are at pretty much an all-time low, yet so are the prices. So some of these walls, some of the walls and some of these NFTs are looking like extremely thin. It's not like we have, again, 400 Alligator Lokis up on market and there's just walls and walls of Alligator Lokis. You're gonna have to eat through 150 to 200 commons in order to even have the price move, you know, 10 or 15%. It's like, no, you buy 10 of these and all of a sudden the price, I mean, goes up 50%. So I do think we're not just seeing that with the common Alligator Loki, we're seeing it a lot with comics, we're seeing a lot with certain collectibles where people just either forget to relist or people have just taken a break from the app and all they do is play drops. I know I've done that where I just forget to just straight up just relist some of my stuff. I don't have anything for sale right now. I keep forgetting to relist my Steamboat Willie with my name on it, so you guys can follow me on Veve in that sense. But yeah, some of the walls on these collectibles as well as comics are just very, very thin for the most part. So first appearance Storm, first appearance of a X-Men character on the app, up to 15 gems from where she used to be at 11. Saffin's Lair is at 27 gems, up 26%. 2-Ton Sam, up 24%. And when you start getting stuff this cheap, I mean, sometimes things only have to move 4, 5, 6 gems for it to go up 25%, right? And that's why it typically makes some of these top gainers of the day or of the week as well. But we've actually seen here it's like 38%, 26, 26, 25, 23, 22. So it starts tapering off relatively quickly. It starts getting in like the high teens for the most part. But when it comes to comics, like probably just because there's, I would argue, like more comics, just due to the fact that they all have five variations, and we have over 100 of them. I mean, we have over what, 500, probably 550 comics at this point, including all the rarities and the covers and stuff. But yeah, it's like you look at the comics and like just kind of across the board, they're up more on average than some of the collectibles. Thor the Worthy, this is the uncommon, that's up 23%. So it was 10 gems, now it's 13 gems. Bubble's up 22%, so it looks like someone either delisted and relisted it higher, or there could have been a confirmed sale. It's not entirely sure what happened here. So the listings went from basically 8 to 9 and then back down to 8. So I'm not sure if that means there was a sale or someone again just delisted and that caused the price to go higher. Not entirely sure. Then Ghost Bear Blue, Day of the Dead Father, Ultimate Spider-Man. Wow. Secret Rare Spider-Man is down to 19k right now. Someone I did mention in my stream yesterday that there was a Spider-Man going for like 14k on the market, which is just really ridiculous to think about, considering that this thing was going for potentially 100k just less than 6 months ago, but now it's obviously much, much less. So let's go ahead and take a look at the top losers. Top losers of the day. Penguin, rare. I do think, not so much the Penguin, I do think FA Joker is being slept on in the market. I do think until we see Penguin be a little bit more prevalent in shows and movies and stuff like that, I know he's super popular, don't get me wrong, but I do think he's going to be slept on the app. But me personally, I'd rather buy Joker than Penguin. Even though it does have significantly less mints, I would still rather buy Joker than Penguin in this instance. Yeah, it's all the way down to 206, which I'm not sure if that's an all-time low. Again, we'll take a look at like the listing. Well, that's kind of loading. Cthulhu Bronze Idol is down from basically 50 gems down to 42. Kingo is, man, this thing is down 6 gems. So it's at 6 gems right now, Kingo. I think that's got to be one of the cheapest collectibles on the app for 6 gems. That's got to be one of the cheapest collectibles on the app for sure. All right, let's see if this updates. I'm kind of scrolling up here. I'm grabbing, I'm scrolling. Okay, there we go. I would like it if it would kind of order itself more in the middle, or at least like take up the screen. Sometimes it reorganizes itself and it shifts itself to the left, and there's a lot of like wasted space here, but we can kind of see everything that we need to here. So it looks like Penguin at one point all-time high 1700 gems. Now it's all the way down to 206. Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, I mean, at least in the last 6 months, it's at an all-time low for price. Listings were not even on the high side, but it's still relatively low. But let's keep moving on. USS Enterprise D Ultra Rare is down 16%, so down 22 gems. Chippendale at 165 gems, down 15%. Fen Kai Ling, I believe that's the name. That's the Pilly Fantasy character. That is the uncommon. That is down 14%. So things aren't going down as much as you think. So I remember there was days where collectibles and even comics on like the average was like a 30 to 40% just down. Everything is just down and down and down. But now it's like, now that MTL's around the corner, I think things have finally been tapering off. Things are leveling out. The steep decline has been kind of plateauing a bit. Could we go down a bit further? Personally, I think so. When MTL is fully announced and it's rolled out to people might panic sell, or people might want to just cash out as soon as they can and immediately put it either into USD or Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever it is, because some of those entry points are relatively low compared to what they were prior. And then moving on here, Just Us Black and White poster is down 14%. So a lot of stuff seems to be just down in the teens. So 13, 14%. There's nothing as of right now down in the you know, high 20s or the 30s right now. So I do think across the board, it seems like the market is pretty much plateauing. But we could always go a little bit lower, in my personal opinion. I do think we're going to see a small decline. I'm gonna have to probably do a different video on my concept of what I think MTL and how that's going to affect the market. But there's so many unknown variables, it's hard to tell for 100% certainty, because I think a lot of people in the community and even content creators have different takes on it, as well as to how all this stuff is going to play out. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I do want to keep doing these like market analysis type things, or mostly basically just updates in the market, what's been happening the last day, maybe even the last week. I might make my my vibe checks on the market, make it more of like a weekly thing, rather than, I used to do it 3 or 4 times a week, and it just got daunting, and I would have to wake up extra early, basically record the video and upload it all within 30 minutes of like when the drop would happen, and it just got too much in too little time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Please double and triple check all of your listings so you don't screw yourself over, and I'll catch you guys next time.